My mother announced that my father wanted me to be a teacher, and I knew that I definitely did not want to be a teacher. So when my father came home, I told him, "Papa, I want to be a lawyer." And I can remember him. He didn't look at me. He just stared out the window, and he stared and he stared and he stared, and finally he turned around to me and he says, "Well, you got the brains if you want to do it." I attended law school with very interesting people, the kind of people I hadn't had any association with before I went to law school, because I was surrounded by a Catholic school and a church that my mother practically ran, so that this was quite a change for me. I was very fortunate, I believe, to be able to go to Portia. The other law schools weren't taking women, and it gave me an opportunity to do what I was interested in doing, and they were interested in people. Bessie Page was one of the lecturers, was simply marvelous. And also, I was the editor of the Prattler. And in that work, I came in contact with Dean MacLean quite a bit, because he was very much interested in any of those organizations that he thought would build up a program that would draw women to the law school. When I walked into the bar exam, I found very few women there, and the ones that were there I knew from the law school. I took the exam, and what really upset me about it is that I was through in no time, which was never the case with me. I was always the one that was the last one to run up to give my paper in, because I was so slow. But I was finished with the bar exam and had time to go over it because everybody was still working. And so when I went home, I told my mother that I was positive I flunked. But I got a telephone call from the Post in Boston, and this voice said, "Congratulations." And I said, "What for?" And the voice said, "You don't mean to tell me that they haven't told you?" And I said, "Told you what?" She said, "You passed the bar." "Oh," I said, "that's wonderful. Are you sure?" And she said, "Believe me, it's reported out here. You definitely have." And I assumed then, and I think it's probably true now, that it was news because I was a woman. I knew that I could not keep up with the practice of Herrick Smith. I mean, you never went home before maybe 10, 11, and 12 o'clock. And I could do that on my own. I didn't need that. So I decided that I would try to keep my health and so on, and opened up my own practice at 294 Washington Street. And some of the men at Herrick Smith referred people to me. I also was very active in the Business and Professional Women's Club, and I got a lot of business through them. A lot of people think the law is dull and uninteresting, and it isn't. It's very necessary. People need help, and they really can get into all kinds of situations they shouldn't have if they had known, if they had had somebody to tell them what to do.